everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to do a part 2 of working at Sephora inside Jcpenney. Okay, let's just talk about my first video real quick that I made talking about it. I don't know when I had posted that. I think I'd only been working there like 2 months or something. I did not have a bad spray tan. No one commented, I don't think, about how I looked. I used a Snapchat filter to film that, so that's why I look really orange. If you guys make videos, I like cringe rewatching old videos. I mean, once I post it, I don't ever watch it again. Like, I watch my video when I'm editing it, and then once it's public to the world, I'm like, yeah, nope. I did not go back and watch that, so I don't really remember what I said. So if you watched that first one and I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But I know since I had been working there at the time, I wasn't really getting into too much detail about it because I didn't want to lose my job over that video. I think I pretty much talked about like the whole interview process and everything. I had applied online, I think back in May, and then I didn't hear back, I think, for like a good month. Then I had gone in for my interview, and the interview was really easy in my opinion. I basically had just followed the girl around that was the manager, and then she gave me a face chart and like just to fill out some details of what I would put on a person that was going to like a red carpet event. For that, you could obviously walk around the store and find makeup to use, but I was just going off the top of my head of brands that I knew of that Sephora sold for the most part. She did ask me some basic questions, obviously, like, did I have experience? And I was honest. I said, I like to do makeup on myself. I'm like by no means saying that I'm a professional makeup artist or I really have ever done makeup on people. And that ended up being something that was like a really kind of annoying deal for me, was doing makeup on people. And before anyone tries to come for me, I know working at a makeup store, you should expect to do makeup on people, but I just misunderstood what she had told me that day. From my understanding of what you had to do was clean off a lipstick with some alcohol and like hand it to a person, which you can do that, but I didn't know like they had all these different services that they kind of wanted you to like promote in a way to do. I didn't really shop at Sephora, so I didn't know too much about them. A lot of people would come in for these free services. I don't even want to say half the time it would result in a sale. I want to say like 25% of the time it might result in them buying something, or it would be they would want a sample of whatever you did on them. But a lot of people do come in for the free services of like eyeshadow or foundation, face makeup, stuff like that. When it comes to doing the eyeshadow, I hate eyeshadow. If you guys watch my videos, you know I don't ever really do it. I just don't care to learn, okay? I have the mindset of like, where am I gonna go with this eyeshadow look? Like, I go to the gym, I go grocery shopping, I go out sometimes. Like, I'm just not an eyeshadow person. So I hated having to do it on people. And the main idea that Sephora wanted you to do like was have it be a teaching exercise where you do one eye and then the customer is supposed to do the other. But half the time they wouldn't want to do that. Like, they expected you to just do the whole eye look. And they also had you do facials. It was awkward and it was really hard to do. Like, if Sephora happens to come across this video, with all due respect, it's difficult to do a facial. We do not have sinks in Sephora. When you wash your face or do any type of, let's say you're doing an at-home facial with a mask, you obviously go to your sink or you have a washcloth or something to get it off. We have not really a spray bottle. I think it was like a squeeze bottle of water, and we had to put that on a tissue that will pretty much crumble all over the person's face. So facials are just messy, and I felt like I always had to do like the hardest clay mask on people. Kind of going off of working there, you have to know a lot of like information about ingredients and everything, because you are working with people's skin, and if someone has acne and there might be a certain ingredient that isn't good for acne that might cause them to break out. I felt like there was just a lot of information to know, and I think someone did ask on my last video, and I think I might have answered how much you get paid an hour. I was making $10.55 an hour, which is more than minimum wage in most states, but I felt like what we had to do, it wasn't really enough. And let me just explain more. I mean, I've seen at Target in recent years, they have signs starting pay up to like $15 an hour. And respectfully, I'm sure Target is just an example I'm using. I know Aldi's, the grocery store, they make over $11 an hour, and respectfully, they sit down and they scan your groceries is all I'm saying. At Sephora, we're on our feet all day. We are working on people's faces. So I didn't really think what we were making was really fair for what we had to do. I mean this in the nicest way. I don't want to come across as like a rude person or like bitchy. I felt like we almost had to be like estheticians or something, and at our location I don't think any of us were licensed, and you didn't have to be. People obviously expect to come into a store and have workers that know their shit. They did have training videos that would come out like weekly that they wanted you to watch while you're on the floor on an iPad. But I mean, it's kind of hard to do if you have customers and you're trying to learn. Going back to facials, they were just messy, and I just felt like they were kind of unsanitary, if I'm going to be honest. I'd be really surprised when people would want to come in and get one done. I don't know if they thought like we were going to take them into like a back room and do some special massage or something. I did have one sale one time where the lady bought like everything I used. I felt good making that sale. A lot of people that would come in there thought we made commission, and that's why like we were pushing them to buy products, and we did not make commission. We got paid hourly, and then we would get paid like an extra $2 if we got a credit app for someone to apply for the Jcpenney credit card. But other than that, we were not getting any extra money anywhere else. Some people I think were asking about gratis, and I don't know if I mentioned or talked about it. We got it occasionally. It wasn't something that was guaranteed. It kind of was just like a perk that we would get once in a while. I remember we had been working like so hard during the holiday season. And like I said, I know we aren't required to get it. I remember I was so excited for Christmas time because I'm like, oh my god, we've been out here getting these credit apps. We've been having like great sales. We've been staying late at Jcpenney till like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So I thought they would be giving us like little Christmas gifts. We didn't get shit for December. They didn't give us a single thing. I think maybe February they finally gave us like a full-size product of something. Yeah, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get free stuff all the time. I'm sure it probably varies by locations, or maybe like the freestanding Sephoras give out more stuff. Now, going into credit apps, one thing that was really frustrating about credit apps with Jcpenney, I think they might have updated that they do accept the Sephora credit cards. If you had a Sephora credit card, you cannot use it at ones inside Jcpenney. They just weren't accepted. You could use Jcpenney credit card there, but that was it. And when I had first started, I really wasn't comfortable because I didn't understand it. Why would someone coming into Sephora want a Jcpenney credit card? I didn't know how to approach it, but then eventually after watching the other girls there, I kind of just copied them in a way. Like, okay, let me see how they approach the customer. Usually it would be young girls, obviously over 18, that could apply, and like middle age. We did have older women come into the store, but usually they would have a Jcpenney card already, and we did have incentives, and we would go about it like, oh, if you want to apply, we're giving away a free sample of this just for applying, whether you're approved or not. I feel like everything I'm talking about is like things that I didn't like about working there, but I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. When I would be scheduled to work, which I always work during the weekdays, so never on the weekends, which was my choice. I didn't want to be there on the weekends. So usually during the week, Monday through Friday, there would be 3 people scheduled total throughout the day. So usually a manager would be the opening, then there would be a mid shift, and then a closing. So I was usually mid or closing. One thing that I just really didn't like, most of the time I would be by myself. Say on a Monday, the manager would be in her meetings with Jcpenney. Then she would have her break. She might come back for a little while, and then at that point the supervisor is going on her break, but then the manager is like in the stock room. So it's like the 2 of them would be in and out, and then like I would be there the whole time like by myself. The supervisor might go on break, and then the manager's done for the day, so then I'm like left in the store. I am independent, but I am not a confrontational person, and one thing working with retail, I feel like you're always gonna have a difficult customer, and main problems that I would have to do with returns. Like, don't get me wrong, if you want your money back, I feel for you. If you didn't like that product, it didn't work out for you, I get it. Like, I would want my money back too. I mean, look at me. Like, if I don't like a foundation, I will return it. At the time working there, they wouldn't accept freestanding Sephora returns, I want to say like half the time, because we didn't sell everything higher end product. I mean, they're all high end, but Like there would just be Chanel, for example. We didn't sell Chanel at all, like any type of product in our store. We would get so many complaints about that, and I'm like, I don't do the inventory merchandise. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can pass it on to my manager, but like she don't even do that either. They just go off like the demographic of what we have in our store. But let's say someone wants to return like a Chanel product, we couldn't take that back because it wasn't in our system. We can't scan it and then it magically appears. Like, it's not in our system to begin with because we don't carry that product. I remember there was just one time this lady was giving me such a hard time, and of course I'm there by myself, and it's like she's not gonna leave until she gets what she wants. I'm like, you can call customer service if you want. So I had to dial the customer service for her, and like I was the middleman between Sephora, 1-800-Sephora, and this lady. And then the person on the phone told her they can mail her like a shipping label or something to send the product back. And then by the end of that, after like she embarrassed me the whole time, she was like, oh, I know it's not your fault, da da da, they need to fix this. And I'm like, yeah, I tried to tell you that, but you didn't want to take what I was telling you for an answer. I was so happy when she left though, y'all. I'm the type of person that if a customer is gonna yell at me, like I'm gonna just get like so red in the face and like I'll just want to cry. For the sake of these Sephora workers, I hope that they updated that. I think they did, like right before COVID. I'm pretty sure they updated the policy. Not that our store ever really got that busy that it was like hard to handle on your own. I mean, even just sometimes having like 2 customers, if one person wants a color match, which is just getting their match for a foundation, so you have them sitting down, and then if another person comes in and they have a question, or if they're ready to check out, then you know you have to like multitask. So that's something else that I think you have to be really good at working there, because I know not everyone is good at that, and that's fine. Some people get overwhelmed, and I mean I would get overwhelmed sometimes. Like once the customers start coming in, I'm like, oh shit, like it's just me out here, baby. If it did get to the point that it was that bad, you could radio someone on the walkie. I would have to say most of the time another supervisor out in Jcpenney would be willing to like just come and ring people up. So on a daily basis of what I would be doing in the store, you definitely had like a lot of free time. As much as I would love to just play on my phone, managers would be in and out of our store all the time, so I really didn't want to get caught on my phone. But really what I resulted in doing was cleaning. Like all the girls there made fun of me, I think, because I just was always cleaning. But I'm like, for one, I like cleaning. I'm OCD. Y'all don't clean, respectfully, but that's fine. I want to clean. Like I don't have anything else to do. It passes time. As COVID was progressing, I got like more grossed out by it though, because I'm like, I don't want to touch everything that everyone else is touching. So like I wanted to back up off the cleaning, but I'm like, it might be kind of good though to get rid of the germs. We did have days where we would have shipment, which is just Sephora getting new merchandise that had to be put out. You would think they would be sending it by foundations, by lipsticks. Let's say pretty much you order stuff online from Sephora and it comes like everything mixed together. That's how shipment came. So you would have lipsticks and face creams and foundations and everything else mixed together. So shipment took a while because you had to like dig through everything, separate it, put it out. One thing that I want to just talk about, because I hate when people get the wrong idea about this, unless you have worked for Sephora or worked maybe for a company that does this as well, there's a couple of myths about Sephora workers that I just want to discuss because I've seen it so many times, and honestly I used to think it too before I started working there. Alright, so first, I know some people don't like when the workers approach them. We were required to do that. I like to keep to myself, y'all. I would definitely not be the type of person that like initiates a conversation, but working there in our training, like it was required that we have to go up to every customer that walks into the store. For the first couple months, I would be like, hello, how are you? Like, do you need help finding anything? And then one lady one day made me stop doing that because she had just walked in the store. And I understand just having walked in the store, let me look around first and see. But there are some people that come in and they want a replacement for their eyeliner and they just want to know like where they can find it. But this lady, I don't think she'd ever been there before and was just wanting to look around. And she was there with her dog. She was so rude to me. She's like, I just walked in the store. And I'm like, okay, let me know if you need help finding anything. And then 2 minutes later, she needs help finding something. And then I felt so bad. This is completely random. Because she had her dog. There was this cute little boy there and she didn't have anything on the dog like that said it's a service dog, don't touch it. The poor boy just tried to go like give it a little pet. I would assume like if the dog was gonna be vicious, you wouldn't really take it into a store with people. But oh my god, this lady screamed at this kid, and I was like, damn, I really don't want to help you. Since that had happened, I would still approach people because, like I said, it was required, but I'd just be like, hi, how are you? And then based off how people would react to that, like, oh, I'm good, how are you doing? Or if they would just ignore me or just be like, I'm good, then I would kind of just either walk away, be like, okay. Or if they gave like a polite response back, like, I'm good, how are you? Then I'd be like, oh, I'm good, do you need help finding anything? Anyways, my point is, we had to go up to you and greet you. That's all I'm saying. Thing about Sephora, people always say like, oh, I might go into Sephora like with no makeup on. If they only knew how good I can beat my face. We don't care. We did not care how you look. You can probably do better makeup than I can. I think the only time we would talk about someone's makeup or how someone looked is if their makeup, they looked really nice. I mean, the only thing we might be talking about you is like if you're stealing. Oh, look at that girl over there. She's taking lipstick. I don't know if I mentioned your uniform. I gotta talk about my uniform. Hold up. If you've been to Sephora, you know that they usually wear all black. Pretty much what I would wear, I bought from Jcpenney actually, were just black collared button-down shirts and then just some black slacks. Typically wear just flats with them, and I started wearing socks because it made them a lot more comfortable. Definitely, if you're gonna work there, you need to get some comfortable shoes. I don't care, they could be ugly. You're gonna be on your feet and the floor is like cement. There's no cushion in the flooring or carpet, so your feet are gonna hurt after being on like pavement all day. It didn't really matter hair, what you did. You could pretty much do whatever. As for makeup, they obviously do want you to do your makeup. I know some stores, they go by like they want you to have at least 5 items of makeup on or something. Eyebrows, eyes, lips, face, I don't even know, blush. Also, as for makeup, do you have to wear Sephora sold makeup? No. You can wear whatever. Y'all know I'm an Ulta bitch. I don't think I've ever done like a Sephora haul. I do Ulta hauls. But what they would want you to do is, if you are wearing something that isn't sold at Sephora, is to just make a recommendation of a product that is similar. So what foundation are you wearing? Even if I'm wearing CoverGirl, push Fenty, push NARS. You can wear whatever, but just have something that resembles it, or just have an example that you could use. In my first Sephora video, I was wearing Makeup Revolution on my eyes, these glitter things, and I wore it to work all the time, and I would always get compliments because honestly it's really pretty. Makeup Revolution isn't sold there, so I would make the recommendation of Huda. She had like some glitter liner. And I'm not saying I made a lot of sales for Huda at the time. I kept y'all in business, but I might have. To be honest, they don't really push you to wear extravagant looks. I always like the natural beauty. I felt like I'm not gonna say an example, but not every person that comes in there wants to be fully beat. There would be a lot of older women that obviously just wanted a natural foundation because maybe they didn't want it to go into their wrinkles or exaggerate their wrinkles. So I felt like I was a good example for them, and honestly I felt like I got along better with older women just because I could kind of relate to what they wanted. Okay, you just want something natural that's gonna cover you up, I got you. Just like kind of a random tip, I think if you are gonna work there, definitely be able to relate to what they want. If you are into having like bright eyeshadows and stuff, most older women aren't gonna want that. And don't try to push that either. I mean, you can suggest it, but I think definitely listen to what they want and be able to relate to that, because then that will most likely have them be comfortable with you and result in a sale. Every day we did have goals they wanted the store to be making. I felt like sometimes they were a little bit unrealistic. Some other things that you would have to do, they wanted you to make announcements, which I hated. I would look around like, okay, who else am I working with that wants to make an announcement? You get on the phone and then make an announcement all throughout Jcpenney. I wanted to say something to get people into the store, but like me, I'm like, no, don't say we're doing free eyeshadow. Like, we don't want to do that today. We would say something maybe if we had companies that were giving away free samples. Attention Jcpenney shoppers, stop by Sephora to get a free sample of a lipstick with a $25 purchase. People hear free shit and they're gonna come running most of the time. That was a way to get people into the store and to hopefully get you to make goal for the day. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I kind of touched on everything that I wanted to talk about. Normal shifts that I would work were probably like 6 or 7 hours. Discount, I think we got 30% discount? 30? It wasn't more than 40%. And it did apply out in Jcpenney too, so you got a discount on basically everything there. We were allowed to get 3 samples a week, so 3 little, the samples that people get, like the size of those little things, plastic things, were the samples we were allowed to take too. I mean, I know they didn't want the workers to take advantage of that, but customers could come in every day and get 3 samples. We're only allowed 3 a week. I wanted to be like a chill worker, not one that was like so strict, like, yeah, we can't do that. What sucked a lot of the time is people would just take advantage of you and take advantage of previous experiences. I would have this one lady that would just be like, oh, come on, the girl did it for me last time. That was last time. This is a new time. Okay, but like really though, I feel like people just don't take into consideration your job. You have samples like testers, and you don't just throw them out. They have to be scanned out of the system and everything. So if, let's say, a manager sees that we're going through so many testers of whatever product, eventually they're going to be like, damn, why are we going through this so much? Like, who is coming in this much and getting the same cream or fragrance? If they see you constantly giving 10 samples to one person, then I mean, I don't know how serious a manager would take that, but I'm sure one would eventually say something to the worker. I want to give you the whole store, but I don't want to lose my job for you. Also with samples, the idea behind that is for a person to try it out once. So to see if the foundation matches, if it causes you to break out, to see with a perfume if you like the smell of it on you all day. And perfumes, would have the little perfume things, and like we were only supposed to fill it up to a certain letter because it said Sephora, and then you could fill it up to a certain letter, which was like half of it. And then people all the time, oh, you can't fill it up a little more. Like, something I just want to discuss though before I wrap this video up, as for like would I recommend this job, I think it's a great job if you want practice of like doing makeup, or if you're passionate about makeup and wanting that to be a career. But my recommendation is to apply to a freestanding Sephora for a couple reasons. I feel like you'll get more experience doing makeup if that's what you want to do. As some of you may have seen, Sephora has started their partnership with Kohl's. I don't know if people are looking to work at the Jcpenney ones for like a short amount of time while they look for something else, then that's fine, but I don't think that they're going to be around much longer. So if you're looking for job security, I don't think that it is in your best interest, because they started a whole new partnership with a different company. So either I would recommend to apply at a freestanding or apply at the one at Kohl's, because they just started their contract like a month or 2 ago. That's the only thing I have to say. I know that they're still hiring for Jcpenney, but I don't know how much longer they're going to be around for. I know they've gotten rid of certain job positions at them already. But that being said, if you are applying, good luck. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to answer them the best I can. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this answered any questions you might have. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.